Thanks BCS scholars, staff, students, and parents. Today is Thursday, April 10th, and it's Scholar Day started with a BCS pledge. I am a BCS Eagle. I'll dream big and soar to new heights. I'm adaptable in everyday situations and intentional with my time, actions, and words. I have integrity and I'm a team player. My work has value and I will succeed. I am a BCS Eagle.
Now it's time for this week's Calm Classroom and Social Skill. This week's Calm Classroom is sitting in stillness. Sit up straight and comfortably in your chair. Rest your hands on your desk or in your lap and close your eyes. Feel your feet flat on the floor. Relax your shoulders back and down and let your whole body be still. Now, bring attention to your head. Bring attention to your shoulders. Bring attention to your hands. Bring attention to your knees. And bring attention to your feet. Feel the stillness in your whole body. Feel the air moving in and out of your nose. And now, take a deep breath in, hold, and exhale slowly. Notice how you feel, and slowly open your eyes. Thank you for doing this week's Calm Classroom with me. Now I'm going to pass it on for our weather.
Today's weather and a low of 37. Today will likely be outdoor recess. Make sure to get a light coat just in case. Enjoy your outdoor recess, scholars. Now I'm pass it back to the anchors.
Thank you, Trenton. And this week's social skill focus is disagreeing appropriately. Now I'm going to pass it on to Raina for our BCS School News.
Thank you, Arun. This is BCS School News. We will be acknowledging our Eagles of the Week on Friday. Names must be submitted by 7:30 a.m. today or tomorrow to tinyurl.com/bcseotw in order to be included in the morning announcements. If you want to get Eagle of the Week scholars, make sure to show all 5 of the core values. Eagles of the Week this month and next month will have a special event with Miss Spicer. Today's lunch is teriyaki meatballs and rice. And today's Eagle lectures are Project Sincere. For this week's Friday Essentials, Kindergarten Room 115 is Spanish and PE, Room 113 is PE and Spanish, 2nd grade Room 112 has Art, 110 has Music, 3rd grade Room 106 has Music, 108 has Art, 4th grade Room 215 has PE, and 216 has Music. 216 has Spanish. And Happy Assistant Principals Week for April 7th through 11th, 2025. Dear Miss Bellamy, I know how hard you worked to make this school better. When I lost my breath earlier, you took care of me, and I'm so grateful. Thank you for being a good assistant principal. Ben. And I'm going to pass it back to the anchors.
Thank you, Raina. And our quote of the week for this week is, "You are as strong as you believe you are. Greatness lies within you, and your value has no limits by unknown." And our world news for the month of April, President Trump on April 2nd announced so-called reciprocal tariffs on imports from about 90 nations that are above 10% across the board tax applied to all imports to the U.S. Describing the announcement as Liberation Day, the president said that the new taxes are needed to erase the trade deficit between the U.S. and other countries, ranging from China to the European Union. And the highest current tariff is on China with a whopping 104%. And our would you rather for this week is, would you rather go on a luxury boat, or would you rather take a private plane to your dream vacation spot? Go to tinyurl.com/bcswir to cast your vote. And I'm going to pass it on for our pop culture and entertainment news.
Thank you, Yash. This is Pop Culture Entertainment News. In my opinion for Would You Rather, that I would rather go on a dream plane. Now let's pass it on to Raina.
I'm not Raina.
Oh, sorry, Asha. Sorry.
Today we're going to be doing room aesthetics. Our first aesthetic is Coconut Girl, also known as Malibu Barbie. It's a coquette subtype centered around the nymph interpretation of tropical beaches, typically associated with the Florida Keys, Hawaii, and Caribbean islands.
Wow. And the next one will be the Sage Green aesthetic. It's more a muted gray-green color, and it evokes a tranquil, earthy, and natural mood, often associated with calmness, balance, and a connection to nature. Vanilla Girl?
Vanilla Girl is a TikTok aesthetic that emphasizes cozy minimalism, neutral colors, and a natural, effortless beauty, often associated with a clean girl aesthetic with a touch of coquette influence.
And for the next slide of room aesthetics, which vintage aesthetic would be our next one. Now, vintage style is a style that evokes a sense of nostalgia and charm, often characterized by items and decor that are at least 20 years old but less than 100 years old, reflecting styles and trends of the past.
Cottagecore is an aesthetic and lifestyle trend that romanticizes a simple, rural, and nature-oriented life, often characterized by the rustic decor, traditional crafts, and a focus on self-sufficiency and slow living.
And preppy. It's a fashion aesthetic originating from the traditional East Coast American, particularly Ivy League and nautical influences, characterized by classic silhouettes, clean lines, and a refined yet casual approach.
And next we'll be talking about a dress to impress we're going to be talking about a dress to impress on Tuesday. Now let's pass it back to the anchors.
Thank you. And now, make sure to be adaptable, be intentional, be a team player, have integrity, show value, follow us on all of our social media, and have a great